Oh, I know I ain't been here in a minute. And I know it's going to take y'all forever to come in. If y'all do come in. Because YouTube be doing me dirty. Let me see if I can at least put it on my. How do I get to. Oh no. What did I just do? Now I'm going to have to go. That's not. Okay. Hey, beautiful magic. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me. I was trying to do something. YouTube then changed. Oh, I see where I hit that at. Oh, okay. So it looks like Kiki Palmer has filed a restraining order. Let me see if I can find an article. Let me see if I can find an article and read y'all the article instead of me trying to remember everything. Okay. So Kiki Palmer accuses ex Darius Jackson of domestic violence, files for restraining order and custody of their child. So it says Kiki Palmer is requesting sole custody of her 8-month-old son, Leotis. That name sounds so country. Hey, Tina. After alleging the child's father has been physically abusive on multiple occasions. On Thursday, Kiki filed a request for a domestic violence restraining order in Los Angeles, according to documents reviewed by People magazine. In the California Superior Court filing, Kiki Palmer alleges that on Sunday, Darius trespassed into my home without my knowledge or consent, threatened me, then physically attacked me, lunging for my neck, striking me, throwing me over the couch, and stealing my phone when I told him I was going to call the police. She also includes screenshots of what appears to be security footage of a man striking a woman over a sofa. Palmer alleges that Jackson, who is 30 years old, has abused her multiple times over a 2-year period. Another incident was allegedly recorded on home security footage from February of last year when Darius body slammed me onto the stairs by my neck. In the declaration, Palmer alleges there were many instances of physical violence, including striking and grabbing me around the neck, descriptions of Darius destroying my personal property, including diaries and prescription eyeglasses, throwing my belongings into the street, throwing my car keys to prevent me from driving away, hitting me in front of our son, spewing profanities about me to our son, threatening to kill himself with a gun if I left him, harassment, and other physical and emotional abuse. People magazine was unable to reach reps for Palmer or Jackson for comment. Now, this has been going on since February of last year. And Keke Palmer turned around and had a baby with him. What is wrong with y'all women? You knew he was trash. You knew he was trash. Why did you have a baby by him? Why? Y'all gonna ignore this little hack, okay? Because I can't comb my hair. I was gonna ask my husband to comb my hair today, but he had to go to work early. You know they made my husband work. I'm mad at the people at his job. You know they made my husband work on Veterans Day? And my husband is the only veteran at his facility. I'm so mad at them people. I want to cuss all them people out. The schedulers at my husband's job. But my husband is such a nice person. We'll talk about that later. But Keke, girl, what is going on? Why did you have a baby by him? I almost called him the N-word. I almost slipped up and called him the N-word. Because y'all know I'll say that in a minute. I be having to control myself on this internet because I know how some of y'all get all bent out of shape and stuff. I'm in the bed, okay? I'm in the bed. I'm laying down. I'm giving you all I got today. Tina, beautiful magic storm chaser said, what is sad is there are a lot of women out there taking the side of Darius just because he light skinned. Girl, no. Storm chaser, are you a female or male? I know they not doing that. I know they not. I haven't seen any comments. I haven't looked at anybody's comments about this situation yet. Here we have men out there like Darius beating up our women on a daily basis, but we don't see outrage. But when a trans person utters a word, oh, all of a sudden women are under attack and need protection. Is this the one that was dating her during the Usher concert? Yeah, that was her. That's her boyfriend. That's the same dude that had a problem about the way she was dressed at the Usher concert. That's this the same guy. But see, I had a feeling then when that incident happened, I had a feeling something wasn't right. But I didn't say nothing. I just said, well, if it ain't right, if it's not right, it will play itself out. We'll see. Because what they say, what don't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse. So I was just sitting back waiting to see what's something else going to happen. And look at this. I'm telling you, ladies, when a man show you who he is, believe that shit. If he hit you once, he gonna hit you again. If he call you out your name, he eventually gonna hit you. And when she realized who he was, because he ain't just started doing this shit, there had to be some red flags before this. So I want to know, why did you have a baby by him? If the violence has been going on since February of last year, The baby is 8 months old. You had an opportunity to get away from his ass. You ain't had to have no baby by him. So you had to have known who he was. Because a lot of men that are violent like that and have those type of tendencies, you see that shit right away because they can't hide it. Because as soon as they get upset, they go off. You see that shit from the gate. And you had a baby by him anyway? No, no, Kiki. And now her mama upset. Everybody is upset. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't get it. But I hope to God. And see, this is the thing. You file for sole custody of your child. Sole custody just means that the child is going to live with you. But he's still the daddy. You still got to deal with this man basically until that child is grown. Because he's going to want to come and see the child. He's still going to get on your nerves. And he's still going to have the opportunity to, come around the child for birthdays and holidays and all of that. And that he's going to have more anger towards you if you go to court and win sole custody and that child is living with you. He's going to be more angry with you because you did that. You got to deal with this man until that child is grown. So it don't stop. The violence is not going to stop just because she filed for a restraining order or just because she, wins the restraining order. That don't mean that the violence will stop. How you think he trapped her? This is not some woman who couldn't take care of herself without a man. Kiki got money. She didn't need him. So how did he trap her? It's obvious something. Kiki must be lacking something to even want to be with some man like him. I think a lot of relationships today are more complicated than ever. We have come so far as women, but still see a lot of crazy relationships out in the world today. I don't think relationships are any more complicated than they've always been. Because the same thing is happening that has always happened. There are a lot of men who don't know how to keep their violence under control, who haven't learned how to control their emotions, and they are aggressive with women. That's been from the dawn of time. But what I'm saying is Kiki is in a position where she didn't need that dude. She got money. She could take care of herself. It's not like she in a position where she didn't had a baby by somebody and she needs that person to help her take care of the child. She don't need him. She's financially stable. Why is she in a relationship with some old ghetto dude that don't even know how to control his emotions? That's like Rihanna and Chris Brown. Why are you even in a relationship with somebody like that? I've never, me, I have never been attracted to the bad boy. You know, the rough, the guy that's rough around the edges. Because if he rough with everybody else, I always thought if he was rough in the streets and rough with everybody else, eventually he was going to be rough with me. Because could he turn his roughness off? No. If you rough around the edges, you rough. And you can't turn that off. If a man has a history, and it looks like this dude has a history of violence because his brother kind of said something. They said his brother kind of said something on Twitter that that's just how he is. So it looks like he has a history of this type of behavior. And Kiki didn't know that. Like when you getting to know somebody, you're dating somebody, you can kind of tell their disposition. Do they are they prone to violence? Because if they're prone to violence with other people, eventually they're going to be prone to violence with you. I don't want a man that is prone to violence. I don't want a man that the first thing he thinks about is hurting somebody. That's not the type of guy that I want. Now, my husband had been in the military, he was a police officer and everything, but you would not know that from the type of person that he is. Because to me, he's not giving prior military. He's not giving prior police officer. He just doesn't show that to me. Like, I don't see that. I see big teddy bear. And that's what I want to see in a man. I want a man that is compassionate and caring and loving. Like I don't want to do that is always thinking about hurting somebody or fighting somebody or something. I can't deal with that. And I want to know why Kiki, she had to have ignored all the red flags, all of them. But why? Because Kiki comes off as a very strong, independent, young, and I have to understand that she is still young. No matter how strong and independent she comes off, she is still young. Hey Siri,
Mm-hmm.
how old is Kiki Palmer?
Kiki Palmer is 30 years old.
Okay, she 30. She older than I thought she was. I thought she was like in her 20s, but she 30. She 30 now. Now I'm changing up a little bit. 30, you shouldn't be ignoring these red flags. Some of this shit you should see. Naya said, I'm a domestic violence survivor. These guys don't show up as abusers. They most of the time show up as gentlemen for the first year. That's why I pay attention to red flags. So Sheila says she agreed with Naya. Some men are like big babies to the public but evil at home. Don't fool yourself. Abusive men come in all flavors. Yeah, but he wasn't throwing no red flags. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe people ignore red flags. Somebody that was that abusive, you don't just you don't just throw somebody. I saw the screenshots of the camera, her surveillance footage from her house. I don't know if she released the whole footage, but I seen the screenshots. You don't just go from raising your voice to slamming somebody over the couch and choking them and hitting them and doing all of that kind of stuff overnight. That's a progression. That's a progression. He was doing some shit from the gate that she just ignored. You don't He ain't just woke up one morning, because she said this has been going on since February of last year. That was the first time he hit her, was February of last year. This shit has been going on for over a year, almost 2 years. Because we in November now. So it's been going on for over a year. I'm not saying she's not a victim. I'm not saying she's not a victim. We know she's a victim. We know that she's a victim. I think that he's been fighting her before the Usher concert. This article said she's been going through this since February of last year, and I want to know why she did not file a restraining order when the first time he hit her. The first time he abused her should have been the last time, is what I'm saying. I believe wholeheartedly, Naya, that he is jealous of her success. Especially if, especially since he is not as successful as she is. He is definitely jealous of her success. And that's probably where all of his anger is coming from. And that Usher incident blew up. That Usher incident was very bad. And he probably fought her after. He's probably been very angry and triggered since that Usher incident, because he got a lot of backlash for that. A lot. Yeah, I haven't, but see, I haven't really looked at any comments or anything. Like I've heard it, they're really talking about it on TikTok. A lot of people are talking about it on TikTok, but I haven't really looked at any of the comments. And it is hard for me to believe that people are defending him. How are people defending him? Is it men? Now I can see men defending him, but it's hard for me to believe that women are defending him. Sheila said that's what victims do, pretend everything is okay. She should have never had a baby by him. Now she's forever joined. That's exactly what I said. That's what I said, Sheila. She is definitely joined to him until that child turns 18. Even if she even if she goes to court and gets full custody, and she probably will, because I'm probably sure she is going to retain a very good lawyer. Hey, Melissa, she's going to retain a very good lawyer, and she probably will get full custody. The pictures alone, and I'm pretty sure she's going to be able to play the whole video from her home security to show how this man was abusing her. That alone will give her the child, because he has abusive tendencies. He has abused her on more than one occasion. That alone is enough for a judge to be like, you definitely don't need no child in your care. And then if they say that he can only have the child for supervised visits, that's going to make him mad, and he's going to want to fight her even more. Now he's going to start coming to the house. She probably going to have to move. She going to have to amp up her security, because he done already broke in the house. He done already came in the house without her permission. Now you got to deal with this crazy dude for 18 years at least. Because, of course, I want to see my son. That's my son. You can't be keeping my son away from me. She out here trying to keep my son away from me. I'll flatten all the bust your windows, and you know how these dudes be doing. He gonna be doing all kind of stuff. Sheila said women are defending him as well. I may have to go look at some of these comments. Naya said, I think some of these women that defend these men that abuse black women hate themselves. Who is defending him? Are they looking at I saw one dude did a video about it last night, and everybody was defending Kiki. I didn't see nobody, but I didn't read like a whole lot of his comments. But most of the people that I saw was defending. How do you defend this dude when you see the pictures of him hurting her? How do you defend him? You think he want her money? Well, the good thing is they wasn't married, so he can't get her money. They wasn't married, so she wasn't that crazy. They was just in a relationship. Let me make sure. No, they not married. So they've been dating since 2001. And she said that he hit her for the first time in February of 2002. And they had the baby February of this year. Did I say 2001? 2021. Not 2001. 2021. And he hit her for the first time in 2022. And they had their baby this year. And so this article said they that he's been physically violent their whole relationship. Why you stay with him that long? I just didn't I just I didn't think that I didn't think that they were having that the relationship was violent. I just didn't think it just didn't feel right. They never looked right to me. For one, if you in a relationship with a dude and you making more money than he is, you're more famous than he is. When y'all go out in public, people are always on the woman and want to take her picture. And, if his ego ain't right, if his mind is not right, it's always going to be a problem. Always. Now, that's not long enough for common law. They ain't even been together long enough. That's not common law. Not just that. I feel like when you love someone and they hit you, it's hard to have them arrested and put away for a long time because you care about that person. That's when self love. I never called the police on my ex husband when he hit me. We were just up in there fighting. I'm not like that anymore. I call the police on a man or a woman in a minute. It looks like it says the first time he hit her was February of 2022. Not '02, 2022. So February of last year. And they got together in 2021. So they were together for a while before they had a baby, before she got pregnant. They were together long enough for them red flags to be popping out. But like you say, there are a lot of women that will go through this with a guy and ignore red flags even when they hit you. You will forgive them and hope that they won't do it again, but they will. If he hit you one time, he gonna hit you again. If he call you one bitch, he gonna call you another one. That's just the pattern of that type of volatile behavior. And I hate this for her. I hate this for any woman. Anyone, not just Kiki Palmer because she is a celebrity. I hate this for any woman. Kiki Palmer is a mother. She has a child to protect. But Kiki Palmer is also someone's child. Now her mama stressed out. Her mama then, came out and made a video and I've never really heard Kiki Palmer's mother say that much. Because I think Kiki Palmer's mom and dad are her manager, I think. And you don't really hear that much. Every now and then, Kiki, before she got in this relationship, she would be on the red carpet and her mother, would be there. I've seen her mother on the red carpet with her, I think her dad once or twice. So, it looks like she is really close with her family and no mother wants their child to be abused. It's really sad. The mother confronted the brother way before this happened that he was abusing her daughter. And he said to her that he used to be like that too. Now he defending his brother. That's crazy. They both like that. So her mama knew that this was going on. Kiki probably told her mother from the gate, and I'm pretty sure her mother probably told her, "Girl, don't have no baby by him." That's the last thing you want is to bring a child into a volatile relationship. You don't want that. Them the problems that you don't want. I want some chicken wings. I don't know. I was sitting here watching somebody and they was eating some chicken wings. Now I want some chicken wings. And my husband just went to work. Shit, I'm gonna have to order me some chicken, y'all. I want me some chicken. Why did it get so dark? It's cloudy here. Y'all can tell. Ain't no sun. And I got my windows open. Ain't no sun coming in. It's cloudy and it's cold. Let me see what the weather say. It's 66 degrees here. 66 is cold. Shit. Look like that's what we gonna be getting for. Oh shit! Tuesday it's gonna rain, and Friday. I think it rained like Monday. It looked like it's gonna rain. It's ugly. It's cold. It's gonna drop down into the 50s. It's gonna be 53 degrees tonight, child. 50. It's gonna be freezing. That's not even freezing now. It have to drop down to like 20s to be freezing here in California. But it's cold. I want me some chicken. My daughter-in-law said my son that passed, my son that passed was married to, has remarried to a guy that is mentally abusive. Was sad. That's the reason why when everybody was making fun of Tina Turner, I never thought it was funny. I don't understand that. I did see that. I saw videos of people laughing about what I did to Tina and was saying stuff like, well, Tina was abusive too. Yeah, Tina was hitting him back because she got tired of Ike beating on her. So she started trying to fight him back. And I don't blame her. You're not just gonna hit me, and I'm not gonna hit you back. I mean, but then I have to realize a lot of these people who say all this crazy stuff on the internet are some of these people are teenagers. You never know the age of somebody that is in these comments, saying these crazy things. A lot of these are kids. Is All of these are not adults. Their minds are not even developed. They just out here talking. Half the time they don't even know what they saying. Just out here talking crazy. Because I have seen people online laughing about the abuse that Tina Turner endured at the hands of Ike. I've seen that. That's just not funny to me. No abuse is funny to me. It's sad. I feel sorry for every woman that is in a domestic violence situation, not just a celebrity woman. I feel more sorry for just the average woman because a lot of just regular women don't have the support that Kiki Palmer will have. And I'm not only talking about financial support, I'm talking about, people rallying around her to help her. The average woman don't have that. They don't have the financial support and they don't have the village to rally around and help them. So I feel more sorry for just the regular woman who is going through, you know, a domestic type situation. It's just bad, period. Oh, you named after Tina Turner? I'm named after the the singing group, the Shirelles. My middle name is after the singing group, the Shirelles. My middle name is Sherelle. I don't even know what songs they had. What songs did they have? What songs did they have? This them right here. What songs was they famous for? Mama said. Oh, will you still love me tomorrow? I like that. I know if I probably listen to these songs, I wonder which one my mama loved so much that she wanted to name me after them. I'm gonna have to ask my uncle. He probably know. But yep, that's where my name came from. You was named after a singer too, girl. And then she saw my first name in an Ebony magazine. And I think it was like a French um model named Lashana. And she thought that that was so different. And actually, it is different because I didn't run into another Lashana until I was in middle school. But she spelled her name different from the way that I spell mine. And I do not see too many people with my first name. So my name was different. I was always the only Lashana at my school where other kids, but see, the bad thing about that, having a name that was so different, is every time I went somewhere, like on a field trip or whatever, and my friends could always find keychains with their names, I could never. I could never find a keychain with my first name or my middle name. My middle name is Sherelle, after the singing group, the Shirelles. Lashana Sherelle. I never liked it as a child. I thought it didn't have that flow that it was supposed to have. But I done got used to it now, y'all. One of the baby's kids is named Lashana. Is it really? I never knew what the baby kids' names were. But it's La. I think it's really, if it's French, it's Lashona. It's not pronounced how we pronounce it. And when I was in elementary school, that was what one of my elementary teachers, and I used to get mad at her because everybody in my family said Lashana. And so she was like, it's pronounced Lashona. And that would piss me off. And I hated that teacher because she wouldn't call me Lashana like I wanted to be called. I didn't want to be called Lashona. I didn't want it to call me Lashana like my family do. But I done got used to it. And sometimes when I go to the doctor, depending on who the nurse is, sometimes the nurse will say, Lashona, Lashona. And it always makes me laugh. And then, I'll come in and she'll say, is it Lashona? I said, no, it's Lashana. I pronounce it Lashana. And she was like, okay, we'll call you Lashana. I hated that teacher too. I hated her. Because it always seemed like how you going, I'm telling you what to call me. I'm telling you what my own mother calls me. And you want to call me something different and tell me that the way that my mother pronounces it is wrong. I hated her. And I used to go home and tell my mama, because I wanted my mama to come up there and beat her up. I used to go home and tell my mama that the teacher won't call me Lashana. She be saying my name wrong all the time in front of the class and everything. Go up there and beat her up. And my mother would just laugh and be like, child, ignore that damn teacher. I feel so bad for Kiki though. I'm just praying that this young man gets some, obviously he is mentally ill. I'm praying that this young man gets some mental health help Maybe the judge will force him to go into anger management and complete that anger management course. My son had to do that. I ain't gonna tell all his business though, but my son had to um, take that anger management course. So maybe the judge will force him, and that will be part of the, when she goes to court to get her restraining order, that may be a condition of the restraining order for him, is to complete the anger management course. I hope it is. Because they're both young and he can stop doing what he's doing. But it's going to take some therapy for him to understand what he's going through. When I was a little kid, I always wanted my mama to come up to the school and beat up my teachers when they did. If my teacher did something to me, and hold on, one time, my mama did come up to the school and she was going to beat up my teacher, right? And I had told all my friends that, okay, so this is what happened. So one day, it was thundering and lightning real bad. And it don't thunder and lightning that much here in California. But this particular day, it was thundering and lightning. It wasn't raining, but it was thundering and lightning. And it was recess time. And I was scared. I didn't want to go out there. And the teacher was like, go outside. Go outside with the rest of the kids. And I was like, no, I'm scared. I want to stay in the classroom with you. I'm scared to go out there. And the teacher got mad and was like, I said, go outside. This is my break period. Go outside with the rest of the kids. You can't be scared. Ain't nobody else scared. Go outside. Well, I'm not like them. I'm scared for real. And she got mad and made me go outside and close the door and lock the door and wouldn't let me go back in. So instead of me going outside on the playground or running in the bathroom, because this school, the bathrooms was outside. Now some kids was running in the bathroom and just like staying in the bathroom until the bell rang. I didn't want to do that. Guess what I did? I ran home. I ran off the school ground, left the schoolhouse, and ran home because I lived about 3 blocks from the school. So I ran all the way home in that thunder and lightning. By the time I got home, it had started raining. I'm running too. I'm just running. Didn't left my coat and everything at school. I'm running. I was running down the street, just running. Got to the house, ran up the stairs, and that's when I realized I had left my coat at home and my house key and everything was in my coat. So I'm banging on the door because I saw my mama's car. So I knew my mama was at home. I'm banging on the door. My mama come to the door and she was like, what are you doing here? And I was like, the teacher put me out. The teacher put me out. The teacher made me go outside in the thunder and lightning because it was recess and she wouldn't let me back in the classroom. And I got scared. I got scared and came home. Mind you, I couldn't have been no more than 9 or 10 years old. I think I was like 9. So my mama was like, get in this house. I'm going to go up there to that school tomorrow. And I don't know why she didn't go that day, why she didn't take me back up there. But she didn't take me back up there. She was like, I'm going to go to that schoolhouse tomorrow and have a talk with your teacher. So the next day, I went back to school with my friends. I walked to school with my friends, and my mama drove up there later on, and she said, I'm going to go to the office. You go on to school and don't say nothing, and I'm going to go to the office. Telling Lashana not to say nothing. I went to school and I told my friends, my mom about to come up here and beat up the teacher. My mom is on her way up here right now to beat up the teacher. She about to beat up Miss Franklin. She gonna tear her up. Watch, Miss Franklin about to get beat up. So I'm really thinking my mother is about to beat up Miss Franklin. And I didn't care. I wanted Miss Franklin to get her ass beat. So my mother went to the office to talk to the principal first. And she said the principal told her that she couldn't talk to Miss Franklin. And my mama was like, all right. So she walked out the principal's office and came to my classroom. And I heard, like, we all heard this commotion, right? And I guess it was the principal trying to catch my mama because she thought my mama was really about to beat Miss Franklin ass. So I heard some talking and stuff, and I was like, oh shit, this my mama is about to go down. My mama about to beat Miss Franklin ass. And if Miss Franklin hit my mama, then I'm about to jump up and get in it too. Cause I beat Miss Franklin ass if she touched my mama. So my mama came in the classroom. The principal was behind my mama, and my mama was like, don't you ever. I was like, oh, get Miss Franklin ass. My mom was like, don't you ever put my baby out doing no thunder and lightning. Is you crazy? My baby got asthma. And she come running home, and the principal was like, okay, Miss Williams, come on, because, we don't want to scare Miss Franklin. My mom was like, forget Miss Franklin. She wasn't scared when she put my baby out this classroom. And, ooh, my mama went the fuck off. I was like, hit Miss Franklin. Knock Miss Franklin ass out. And from that day, Miss Franklin treated me like a princess. Because Miss Franklin knew my mama would come up there and beat your ass, Miss Franklin. Everybody was like, oh, Lashana mama a beast. Lashana mama was finna beat up Miss Franklin. Miss Franklin was about to get her ass beat. Yeah, she was. After that, Miss Franklin never did that shit again. Honey, Miss Franklin knew. Girl, you was about to get your ass beat. Miss Franklin didn't do that again. Okay? Honey, Miss Franklin was so nice to me after that. But how you gonna put a child, if a child is telling you that they are scared of thunder and lightning, how you gonna put them out the classroom and then lock the door? A child is telling you that they scared. And you gonna put them out the classroom. But I did get in trouble though for leaving the school. I got in trouble by the principal for leaving the school. Because after my mama told Miss Franklin off, then I had to go to the principal's office with my mama. And the principal was like, don't ever do that again because something could have happened to you. You could have got hit by a car or anything. If a teacher does something to you that you don't like, you need to come to the office and tell somebody what's going on. You can't just run off the school property. But I was like, I went home. Y'all wasn't taking care of me. I was scared. At that point, I didn't trust nobody because I thought all y'all adults stuck together. I thought y'all was in cahoots with one another. So I went home where I knew I was safe. And I think the principal, after I said that, I think the principal understood why I did what I did. And then the principal said that he was going to talk to Miss Franklin. And I think Miss Franklin got in trouble too, because when a child tells you that they're scared and you lock them out, she gave me no recourse. She locked the door to the classroom so that I could not get back in. So it was nowhere for me to go but the bathroom. And I didn't want to stand in the bathroom where other kids, it was some kids on the playground running around like little wild banshees. But I'm not about that thunder and lightning life. It's not funny for me. Some kids were outside on the playground playing and laughing and, running, trying to catch the lightning. And no, I'm not doing that. I ran home. Honey, I ran to the person that I knew would take care of me. I went home. Y'all not going to take care of me? I'll go home to the person that I know will. And from that day forward, my mother was like, I know if anything ever happens to you, you will come home. I know that. My mama never said nothing about you shouldn't have left that. No, that's what you do. If something ever happens to you and you don't feel safe, come home. Even when the principal was like, you shouldn't have left. You shouldn't have left the school. Something could have happened to you. You could have got hit by a car. Honey, I was dipping. Do you hear me? My little ass was running. I ran all the way home, 3 blocks. My little ass was running. I didn't care about nothing. All I cared about was getting home. And I made it safe. But honey, Miss Franklin, she don't know the danger that she was in. And my mama, the principal stopped her because when I got home, my mother was like, I almost had my hand around Miss Franklin's neck. If that woman had got out of pocket with me, you would have seen me going to jail. Because one thing my mama did not play about was me. Now, she played about a lot of things, but me wasn't one of them. I was her only child. And Miss Franklin was in danger. But Miss Franklin never did that shit again. Some kids was just out on the playground, just running around, laughing. And that's what Miss Franklin said too. She was like, well, I didn't take her serious because it was other kids outside playing. That's them. That ain't had nothing to do with me when I specifically told you that I was scared. I was pleading with her, begging her to let me back in the class, begging her to let me stay. I was like, I'll just sit at my desk. I won't do nothing, I promise. She was like, no, get out. Get out. Go, Lashana, go. And when I did, I got up because I didn't want to be a bad kid and left. And when I left, she locked the door. She closed the door in my face and locked it. So I couldn't come back in. And that's when I just went home. I was like, all right then. I'm going home. And I walked right off that playground, crossed that street, and took my little ass home. Sure did. Honey, my mama couldn't rest until she got up to that school. She went right to that principal's office. And I could hear her coming up the hallway. I could hear her talking because I heard the principal calling her name. I said, oh shit, it's about to go down. It's about, I could hear her coming. My mom was doing that Miss Sophia walk. Honey, Lucille. I could hear the principal calling her like Miss Williams, Miss Williams. Honey, my mama was on a mission. She came to that classroom. She didn't care that Miss Franklin was talking. She was like, hey, let me talk to you. Don't you ever. Oh, hold on. That's my baby right there. Lashana, that's my child. Don't you ever, as long as you teaching, put my child outside in this thunder and lightning. I don't care what's going on. If you have a problem, you call me. I will come get my baby. My baby got asthma and she a sickly child. And you got her out here running home, scared to death. Oh, my mama she read her down. She, don't you ever. Miss Franklin got to stop. My mom was like, shut up. That's my baby. And you know my little crazy ass. I'm in the back. That's right. That's my mama. Beat her ass. Choke her. Beat her ass, mama. I'm all in the back just grinning. Get her. All the other little kids was too. Cause none of us could really stand Miss Franklin ass. I think she was mean to us because she was, and we were all little black kids. None of us really liked her. So everybody was like, yeah, get her. Beat Miss Franklin up. Sure was. And so the principal didn't really let my mama go in like she wanted to. But my mama she was a Christian. So she was only going to go so far. It wasn't like she was going to cuss her out. My mama didn't cuss. But, honey, my mama said she was an inch away from grabbing Miss Franklin by the neck. Because when my mama got mad, she would always be like, I'll wring your neck. Miss Franklin not knowing she almost got her neck wrung. My mama wasn't playing. Honey, Miss Franklin learned a valuable lesson. That these black mamas don't play about their babies. They will hurt you in front of a classroom full of witnesses. So the principal called my mama down and calmed her down, and my mama went on back home. But after that, Miss Franklin got some act right. She got a good old dose of act right. She never did that again. Yeah, I mean, I think my mama only wanted to. But I think it was the point that my mama really wanted to scare Miss Franklin. She wanted her to understand, girl, I will hurt you by my baby. That's my child. And I will hurt you by my child. She wanted her to understand that. I don't want to have to come up here again. Because if I come up here again, it ain't going to be cute. So she learned a very valuable lesson. Very valuable. I said, ooh, she better be glad my daddy passed away. Because if my daddy had to come up there, my mama and daddy, oh yeah, it wouldn't have been cute. I remember one time a teacher hit my son with a clipboard. The gym teacher hit my son with a clipboard. And he called me crying. And I was like, what happened? And he said, Mr. Bayless hit me with a clipboard. And I was like, where are you? And he was like, I'm in the office. I was like, let me speak to the principal. And he gave the phone to the principal. And the principal was like, okay, Miss Jones. I said, hold on. I'm on my way up there now. And I'm about to beat Mr. Bayless' ass. So you better have OPD and everybody else at that front door. I got off that phone and I called my son's father. I said, somebody just hit Garion. One of the teachers just hit Garion with a clipboard. And he was like, I'm on my way. And he came to the house to pick me up. And we went up to that school. It was me, his daddy, and his older brother. They stopped us at the front door. The security guard stopped us at the front door because the security guard knew me. Me and the security guard worked together. He was like, I can't let you do this. I said, I know you can't. But call the principal. You have to let me into the school. You have to let me in the principal's office to talk to the principal. You can't stop me at the door. I'm a parent. I'm here to get my child. So they escorted us to the principal's office. I said, call a teacher down here. I just want to talk to him. We just want to talk to him. And he was like, no, I don't want to do that. I said, yeah, I think you should. So he had my son in the principal's office. And my son had calmed down. So it turns out the gym teacher was asking my son to do something and my son wouldn't comply and he hit him with the clipboard. The teacher finally came to the office. We all sat down, as adults and had an adult conversation because to I wanted to hear the teacher's side of the story. And I really legit wanted this teacher to say I hit your child. So I could get up and knock the fuck out of him. And he did. He said I pushed him with the clipboard. I didn't hit him. I instead of putting my hands on him, I used the clipboard and pushed him with the clipboard. So I'm looking on the principal's desk for a clipboard because I'm about to give you what you gave my child. And that's when my ex-husband, this was before I was married to my husband now. This was my kid's father. So he was like, so it's okay for me to take a clipboard and hit you, right? And he was like, no. And the principal was like, come on, y'all. Y'all not going to do this. I was like, yeah, we are. This is exactly what we came up here to do. And my son's older brother was like, yeah, we're going to do this. This is exactly what we're going to do. You may as well call OPD now because this dude about to get beat up. We're going to hit him. And so the teacher got nervous and he was like, oh, I'm not going to go through, I'm going to leave. I'm not going to go through this. We was like, well, you going to take this ass whooping with you. And so he got up and left the room. The security guard escorted him out the classroom. And we was like, okay, well, we'll just wait for you when you get off work. We'll be here because we ain't got nowhere to go. We'll be here when you get off work. We didn't beat him up, but we had a nice talk with the principal, and I wrote a very nice letter to the school board because you put your hands on a special needs child. My son had an IEP. You put your hands on a special needs child. And he said he didn't know that my son had an IEP. He didn't know that he thought that he was a neurotypical child because my son had some regular classes and some, special ed classes. And gym was one of his regular classes. So he said he didn't know, but it doesn't matter. You hit a child with a clipboard. You ain't supposed to put your hands on these kids, period. So these teachers do be out here acting crazy. For real. You have to watch your children. You have to talk to your children to see what's going on in these classes because these teachers out here are crazy. These teachers are crazy. These teachers will do anything. Like this man legit hit my child with a clipboard. I remember what it was about. He wanted my son to take his hat off in gym. And my son didn't want to remove his hat. He didn't want to take his hat off. And the gym teacher was like, "Give me that hat." And he was like, "No." And the reason why my son didn't want to give him the hat was because it was my hat that he had taken without my permission. And he knew if that teacher took that hat from him when he got home without that hat, he was going to be in trouble. So he was guarding that hat with his life. He was like, I didn't want to give it up because I knew I was going to be in trouble because I wasn't supposed to wear the hat to school in the first place. My child had ADD and ADHD. And it was just certain things. I really think that my child was on the autism spectrum because of the way he handles situations. But back then, early 2000s, they wasn't diagnosing kids with autism like they are now. This wasn't even 2000, I don't think. Maybe it was. But yeah, that was a crazy situation where we all almost went to jail because the principal was like, I don't want to call the police on you guys. The security guard, thank goodness I knew him. And I knew he wasn't going to call the police on me. He gave us a little leeway because we went in on that teacher. Like we threatened him, like made some very serious threats to the point where they really should have called the police on our ass. My son's brother, his stepbrother was just like, blood, I will kill you about my little brother. Like we really went crazy. But that's my child. That's our child. That's what we supposed to do. Like when his daddy was like, so can I hit you the way you hit him? What if I just get up and punch you in your chest? And I was like, and if he hit you, I got to hit you. Let me get that lick back. You don't put your hands on nobody's kid. But I wrote a really, really nice letter to the school board, and I got a response back. So I'm pretty sure that teacher did get a letter because my son was under IEP. He should have called the resource teacher to come and get him. He should not have handled the situation the way that he handled it because he legit made my son cry. Like when my son called me, he was crying. You hit this boy with a one of them things, a clipboard in his chest. And my son was like 11, I think. And he's always been real small, like really skinny, underweight. He's just has always been a small kid. Like he's a small adult. So you just gotta watch your kids. You you have to be talking to your kids because you don't know what's going on up at these schools. Yeah, teachers be getting away with stuff. They really do. Me and my granny and aunt went up to my daughter's school after I box braid my daughter hair, and her teacher took her braids and beads out in class. She took out the braiding hair and all. Girl, I would have been right there. I would have been right there. These teachers is crazy. Some of these teachers be doing way too much to these kids. And this was a black teacher. This was a black teacher. He should have known better. He should have known that it was going to be a problem. This boy got a mama and a daddy, and both of them crazy. Of course, we going to come up to the school. You done made my baby cry. You done made my child cry. Of course, I'm going to come up to the school. I'm about to come up here and make you cry. I'm about to come up here and act so crazy, like threaten to kill you and everything. Threaten that man when you get off work. We gonna be here. We gonna be waiting by your car. We gonna be waiting in the employee parking lot. You better go home now. You better clock out, because we gonna be waiting on you when you get off work. Because I ain't got nothing else to do. We are definitely gonna be waiting on you. Because I was asking my son what car he drive. Because the kids be knowing all the cars that the teachers be driving. What car he drive? You know what car he drives, so we can sit by his car. We'll be sitting right there when you get off work. We gonna beat your ass. You better call Oakland police to be here when that bell ring. We gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna get my lick back. So is. You gotta watch your kids, because these teachers. Now I wouldn't be a teacher. I wouldn't be a teacher now, because these kids are crazy. These kids fight you themselves now. They not gonna come home and tell their parent what happened. They just gonna handle the teacher themselves. I couldn't be no teacher now. What you want, Poochie? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come to mommy. Come here. Come here, poo poo. Come here, little pooty. I'm glad I ain't got no kids in school now. Cause my patience is staying. I'll be in jail. I would. What, Sheila? Sheila said, I just saw another vlog saying Kiki friends are calling her a manipulative liar and she's trying to ruin his life. What? See, this is getting ugly because it's people that like him, obviously, and then it's going to be people that like her. But this case is not going to be by what? That's exactly what I was finna say. The pictures show he running his own life. She ain't hitting herself. And I'm pretty sure if there's pictures, there's video. Those pictures came from a video. Those are screenshots from a video. And I'm pretty sure when she go to court, she gonna play the whole video. And the trial is not for the public. I don't care what y'all think. It's only three people that know the truth: Kiki, the boy ex boyfriend, and the baby can't talk. His brother is saying he's going to release videos of her mom threatening him. The mama probably was threatening him because of what he was doing. My son was dating a girl in high school that was sleeping with one of the teachers. He was so mean to my son. I knew he was jealous of my son. Came out after she got out of high school. These teachers be doing all kind of stuff. She was sleeping with that teacher once she turned 18. It all came out, and she sued the high school for millions. He only got 6 months in jail. That's a shame. I'm trying to figure out if I'm about to DoorDash me some chicken wings. You know what I don't like? I don't see how y'all like Wingstop. Wingstop is nasty to me. I ain't never had Wingstop and it was good. But I want some wings. Is KFC wings good? I ain't never had Have I had KFC wings before? I want some chicken. I gotta find my humidifier. I woke up this morning and my nose was stopped up. I don't know if that's allergies or what. Sheila said, "Oh, I love Wingstop lemon pepper and ranch is the bomb." I ain't never had Wingstop and it was good. Hey Malik, I read the title and said, "Oh Lord," and that happened in Rialto, California, and the principal is black Latina, just like my daughter. And she said that the teacher, being a white Latina, was jealous of my daughter and hasn't took her out of the ladies' classroom and gave her another teacher. Yeah, these teachers is crazy, child. How you gonna touch somebody else's child hair? What was her? What was the reason she even did that? What reason do you have to touch your student's hair? There's no reason for you to do that. I ain't had no El Pollo Loco in a long time. I'm legit sitting here looking for something to eat. KFC is nasty. No, it's not. I love KFC nuggets. They chicken nuggets taste good, but I want some wings. I got a taste for some wings. Where's the original red onion? I ain't never had no food from here before. Pizza twist. Where is that? How do it take Outback 41 minutes to deliver and they not even that far from the house? I wish Chick-fil-A was closer. Chick-fil-A ain't that close to our house. KFC is okay. It depends on the location here in the DMV. I just got done eating a sub from Publix. I don't like sandwiches no more. Last time I ate at KFC, the chicken wasn't cooked all the way. The KFC by us is pretty good. I don't like sandwiches like I used to. The only sandwiches that I really like is if I make a sandwich myself. I don't like deli sandwiches. I don't see nothing I want. Let me go to KFC. Shit. And see what they. See what they wings look like. Damn! 3 pieces of chicken and 2 sides at KFC cost $18 now. I mean, stuff didn't really went up. A 3 piece box costs $18. Well, you do get a soda with it. All I wanted some wings and some fries. Oh, a 8 piece chicken plus 8 tenders. Let me see this. What you okay? You get a family meal. You get a family meal. 2 drumsticks, 2 thighs, 2 breasts, 2 wings, 8 crispy chicken tenders, a large fry, a large mashed potatoes and gravy, and a large coleslaw is $64. KFC done lost their rabbit ass mind. A 8 piece hot and spicy wing is $9.75. But I don't know if I want I don't want spicy though. They don't have no regular wings. You know, I don't like. Am I the only person in the world that don't really like chicken tenders? I eat nuggets, but I don't like tenders. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock. Dang, a 5 piece tender combo is $20. You may as well get you some chicken for $20. The hell you gonna eat some tenders when you can get some chicken? You know what I do love at KFC is they mashed potatoes and gravy. And I know them some box mashed potatoes, but I love they mashed potatoes and gravy. I like that coleslaw too. One wing is $3. One wing by itself. I ain't get no damn KFC. What y'all talking about? Yeah, that's gonna be with all the fees. If I order something, it's gonna shit. It's gonna be $30. I ain't about to order that shit. I like their vegan spicy falafel. I love this place in my hometown, Gadsden. Gadsden, Alabama. I never heard of that. Called Wings and Seafood. I get their honey hot lemon pepper wings cooked extra crispy with seafood fried rice. Oh, that sounds good. She said that she did it because my daughter kept swinging her hair around so much, and it was becoming a distraction for the other kids. That wasn't the first time she did it. That was the first time my daughter spoke up about it. At first, she came home with her ponytail taken out, and she got a whooping because I thought she was doing it. She would come home without her belt, her jewelry, her hair barrettes, and getting in trouble for it and not telling me it was her teacher. Oh, that's sad. So her teacher was doing all this stuff and she was coming home and you was thinking that she was just out here taking her stuff off. I probably would have went up there and beat the brakes off that damn teacher. I'm so violent. I noticed though, the darker part of the year brings out violence for me. This the time of the year when I just don't have no patience for nothing. When I'm not getting enough sun and it's not warm, I'm not cheerful. I'm grumpy. It's dark. I'm grumpy. It's cold. I don't have no patience for nothing. I'll be ready to fight everybody. This is the time of year I don't like nobody. My patience is really short. Everybody can go to hell. I'm serious. Like, I legit turn into a Grinch this time of year, even though I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite time of year, but I am a grumpy Grinch for the dark part of the year. I hate it. I hate I hate the time change. I hate that it gets dark so early because it makes me feel lazy and I don't want to do nothing. I think it's time to go to bed at like 6 o'clock. Plus, I can't do no activities right now. I can't crochet. I can't do nothing. I'm just like legit in a bad mood. I hate this time change. This is the first year though that it has really gotten on my last nerve. I hate it. It usually don't bother me because I expect it. I know it's coming. But this has been the first year that I really hate it. Like, I'm mad. We shouldn't be whooping our kids. We should be loving them and learn alternative discipline methods. Yeah, I agree. But sometimes we do still whoop our kids. I ain't got no kids to whoop. But I think if I had small kids, I'm not going to say that I wouldn't spank them. I'm not going to lie and say that I would not spank my children. Now, I'm not going to beat them, but I'm not going to lie and say that if I had kids now, I would not spank them. I'm just not going to say that. And yeah, we do need to find alternative, discipline methods. We do need to have those, but I don't believe in like total gentle parenting because there are some kids that you can't gentle parent. I saw a video of a father telling a little girl that she couldn't have something. I can't remember what he told her that she couldn't have. She couldn't have it for a while. And she looked like she was maybe about 5 or 6 years old. And that little girl said, F that. And the F bomb rolled off her tongue like it rolls off of mine. She was like, fuck that. What? To her father. Like she was talking to another child on the playground. All kids can't be gentle parented because it wouldn't have been gentle the way I handled her. But see, my child wouldn't have never, ever thought it was appropriate to talk to me like that. Not one I brought in this world. You're not going to sit and talk to me like you grown. I spanked mine because I love them. They are good adults today. I don't think you should spank for everything, but there is a time when they need it. I agree with you 100%. Because I spanked mine and they are still productive citizens. They survived. It didn't kill them. They still here. Yeah, now your baby didn't deserve that because she didn't do anything wrong, but she just didn't know how to tell you what was going on. Now I know you feel bad about that because she wasn't even in the wrong in that situation. They did something to her. Yeah, that little girl. But you know what's crazy is the daddy was laughing. He thought it was cute. And that's why a lot of these kids act the way they do in school. Because at home, they acting a fool and the parents are laughing about it. And they think it's cute. They think it's funny. They posting it on their social media and getting likes and stuff. And so the crazy stuff that the kids do with you, they go to school and do that crazy stuff with other adults. And then they in trouble. I seen this mother beating her daughter on YouTube Live. I called CPS. I was livid. She was hitting her in the head with a belt and calling her all kinds of names. She was doing that on live? Yeah, she wanted to be reported. I cussed in front of my grandma once and she made me eat soap and I never cussed again in front of her. That's what she should have did. She should have put that soap right in your mouth. When I was a little kid, I never got in trouble for saying any bad words because I ate soap on my own. My mother had a decorative dish with these little cute soaps that were shaped like shells and sea fish, starfish, and little sea creatures and stuff in the bathroom in this cute glass dish. I thought it was candy. I went in the bathroom and commenced to eating one myself. I sat on the toilet and got one out of the dish and bit into it. And I guess I must have didn't taste it when I bit it, but when I started chewing it up, I tasted it. And I started screaming and crying. And my mom came in the bathroom and she was like, "What's the matter? What's the matter? What happened?" And I was like, "This candy nasty." And she was like, "What candy?" I was like, the candy right there. This candy is so nasty. my God. That is not candy, girl. That's soap. I was like, no wonder it's so nasty. So I spit it out, and my mom helped me, wash my mouth out and stuff. But I was just crying. I never ate soap again. She was like, why would I leave candy in the bathroom? I don't know. Shit. I just thought you was putting candy everywhere. So I ate soap thinking it was candy. I never did that again. So I never cursed or anything because I had already tasted soap. And I definitely didn't want to go through that again. I think if we're not getting enough sun, I already know that your vitamin D changes during the winter. And I think if you're not getting enough sun and you're not getting enough vitamin D, it has something to it probably.
Unknown caller.
Oh, hold on, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Somebody put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Because I had y'all on mute. Somebody! I had to talk to the nurse called me because they changed my blood pressure um medicine, and I think I'm having side effects. So I don't know. I saw my 53-year-old uncle get his ass whooped by my granny in front of us. Never too old to get a whoop. Hey, I fight my kids. I was so consistent. My kids knew what they could or could not get away with. I think my kids know that I'll still fight them. Oh, Naya say she be out here gentle. How do you gentle parent a teenager though? I think that's when gentle parenting goes out the window. Cause that's when your kids are the most crazy. What is that on my computer? I don't know what that is. Oh, is that the yeah. Oh, I'm tripping. That's when your kids are the most crazy, is when they teenagers. I'm not trying to fight nobody. My kids basically leave me alone though. I haven't had any problems with either one of my kids in a long, but my kids in their 30s. I think when you get in your 30s, you basically leave your parents alone. You don't want to cause them no stress. My kids leave me alone. Sometimes I feel like they leave me alone too much because when I had surgery on my hand, I had told both of my boys, I was like, I'm having surgery tomorrow on my hand. It's an in and out surgery, so I'm going to be fine. I think I need to stop telling people I'm going to be fine, though. Because when they treat me like I'm going to be fine, it irritates me. I do want some attention. Like, even my husband treats me like I'm superwoman sometimes. And it bothers me because I'm not. Like, I had surgery. I want you to pamper me and spoil me. And I think my husband just has it in his mind that I can do anything. And a in and out surgery won't bother me. Like the other day, I got mad at him. I was like, you're not even asking me how my hand is doing. And he's like, because you look fine. I don't care how I look. Ask me. Because I'm not fine. I'm hurting. I'm in pain. He was like, you are. You don't look like you're in. What does in pain look like? I mean, I'm not in enough pain to be crying, but it hurts. And I want you to treat me like I had surgery. I don't want you to act like everything is fine. Like everybody always acts like I'm fine. Like sometimes I be feeling like people be acting like I'm not human. I'm human. I have pain. I hurt. I think it's because I've worn this superwoman cape for so long. Even Superman got tired. I've always wore the strong black single mother. I can do it all. I have done it all. I don't want to wear that cape all my life. I want somebody to carry me sometime. Like as a single mother, you feel like you done carried everybody for so long. And then you get to the point where you don't have to carry them no more because they can take care of themselves. But won't nobody carry you? Won't nobody just pick me up and carry me? They feel like, oh, you strong, you can carry yourself. No, I can't. We don't need nothing. I do. I want you to treat me like spoiled. I guess I'm in my soft era. I don't want to take care of nobody. I just want to just lay down, surround myself with soft pillows, and have people take care of me. But you can't do that. Like your husband still expect you to be a wife. The other day, my husband's back was hurting. I had to forget all about my pain and take care of him because he was in pain. He like legit forgot I had surgery. I had to, get him a heating pad, get him some medicine, do this, do that, get him some water. Just forget about what's going on with me. I mean, it today is just a week that I had surgery. A week. I still have stitches. It's only been a week. I still got stitches. But it don't seem like nobody care sometimes. Because you the strong one. You strong. Yeah. Like I want my kids to call, like my son text me. You good? Now one of my sons live in another city. He live across the bay in San Francisco. My other son lives 3 miles at the most. I'll say 4 away. He can drive over here when he get off work. Let me drive by there and check on my mama. He sent me a text message. You good? And I just said, yeah. I'm not gonna go in and check on her for what? She got a husband. He taking care of her. I think that's how my kids feel. They feel like she has somebody to take care of her. She has a husband. I don't have to take care of her. I can live my life. My mother has a husband. I want everybody to take care of me. Shit. Yeah. But after a while, you're girl. Even now, I know my husband love me. I'm. I know he does. He loves me, and he will do anything in the world for me. But I don't want to tell you to do it. I just want you to do it. Like I want you to do extra when it's something going on with me. I want you to be extra. Do extra. And that's not what I'm getting. Just a little special attention can go a long way at your age now. It can do wonders. It does. I know a good healing spell I did after my surgery was light a purple candle and sprinkle in some acrimony. Then burn the candle out in the sun all day. Once burned out, crack the glass in pieces. You will heal quick. I notice the spell invokes your ancestors' presence and around you stronger. They will send you more healing energy. And spending more time with her and taking that phone away and more lectures and less whooping and any form of gentle parenting. Girl, that you got to spend time with teenagers, especially girls, because you don't want them to make none of the mistakes you. And I don't really feel like I made a whole lot of mistakes when it comes to boys as a teenager because my mama was so strict. But now everything is so accessible with the internet. You know, like you can meet people all over the world. And I've just seen so many videos of young girls getting enticed by men. Like one girl left her house to go meet some man she had met on the internet. And that dude like held her hostage for like 3 days or something. Like you just gotta be so careful with kids. I mean, I know my hand is healing. It's healing the way it's supposed to heal. Like you can't rush. You don't want to rush your healing. I feel like it's healing the way it's supposed to be healing. It's only been a week. I don't get the stitches taken out until I get the stitches taken out next week. Oh no, week after next on the 20th. So it's only been a week. So it's doing what it's supposed to, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. But I'm just like, you know how you want something to hurry up and heal, but that's just your mind. That's just your mind. Your body is going to heal the way it's supposed to heal. Like, I don't want to rush it. I want it to heal properly. And it's got to heal from the inside because they cut down to the tendon. So, it's got to heal. That tendon has to heal. And it takes a while for it to heal. So I'm not rushing my healing. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not rushing my healing because I want it to heal properly. Because if it doesn't heal properly, then that's another problem. So I'm not rushing the healing. I just want the process to be over with. It's just it's just a little worse than what I thought it was gonna be. I don't know why I thought after he told me that I was gonna have stitches for like 2 weeks. I don't know why I thought it was gonna be an easy process. But in my mind, I had like fixed my brain to believe that this was going to be simple. And I don't know why, because stitches for 2 weeks is not simple. I should have understood. But my brain, for some reason, would not let me understand this gonna be 2 weeks. 2 weeks is longer than what you think it is. When you gotta keep your hand, it's bandaged. You got to keep it bandaged. I can get it wet a little bit, but don't submerge it in water. But make sure you dry it real good and stuff. Like I can take a shower. But I've been putting a plastic bag on my hand when I take a shower. Just so I don't get it wet. Because like I don't want anything, like I don't want any type of infection to get in the stitches because you can catch an infection from having stitches and stuff. And so I don't want that. I don't want them problems. So I'm just dealing with it. And I could just be being a big baby or just, just being sensitive. But I just feel like people are not, and I really do believe that people don't spoil me because they see me as such a strong person. That's why that check on your strong friends is so real. It's so real because your strong friends just don't get all the attention that your other friends get. That people that we feel like not strong, that we give a whole lot of attention to, your strong friends don't get that. Because people feel like, oh, they don't need no attention. They good. No, I need some attention. Give me some attention. But I'll be okay. I'll live. I'm not going to call somebody and tell them I need some attention. And that's probably part of the problem too. People don't know what I need because I don't tell them. I don't be like, call me and check on me. Shit. Because I just expect them, especially my kids, like, I expect them to understand, like, that's my mama. Let me call my mama and check on her. But I, I was super close to my mama. If my mama had had surgery, I would have been, or I probably would have went to her surgery with her. I probably would have been there when she had her surgery. And I would have probably been over her house every day after just to check on her and make sure she was okay and, checking her bandage and all of that stuff. Because that's my mama. But I think it's different when you have daughters than it is when you have sons. I don't know. But I know some sons are like hella close to their mamas and stuff. But I got them boys that are just kind of standoffish. And they could have got that from me because I'm kind of standoffish too when it comes to other people. But not when it comes to my mama. When it came to my mama, I was hands on. All hands on deck when it comes to my mama. But my kids have a more um standoffish approach. But I'm okay. I have y'all to talk to when I need somebody to talk to. So I'm about to take Gizmo out to the bathroom. You ready to go pee? Come here. Come say hi. Come here. Come here, Poochie. You want to say hi? You want to say hi, Poo Poo? Pootie. He didn't lay back down. Little dog ain't gonna come. I'm like, I wish I had took Gizmo to get him trained when he was little because he don't do shit I tell him to do. Nothing. He don't listen to me. When he be outside, I will call him. He will ignore me. That's why I never take him in the front of the house off leash because I don't trust him for shit. When we in the backyard, he cool. He can run around in the backyard because I know he can't get out. But I would never take him off leash anywhere because this dog would probably run out in the street or do something stupid and I couldn't catch him. Because he'd be running around in the backyard. I'd be calling him. That dog will run right past me like I'm not even talking to him. He don't listen to nothing. When we in the house, he don't listen to me. I call him and tell him to come to me. He be looking at me like, girl, you know I'm not coming. You know I'm not going to get up. He will look me dead in my face and be like, you know I'm not going to do it. Leave me alone. and he'll lay back down or whatever he doing. He don't listen to me unless it's something. Unless I have a treat or something, then he'll come. But just him coming on his own, no. He'd be like, "Girl, shut up. You don't shut up talking to me." He ain't coming. So I'm finna take him outside so he can run around and play and stretch his legs for a minute. And then I'm gonna figure out what I wanna eat. I might just fix me a sandwich. I got some fish in there. I might cook me a piece of fish. I need to stop eating out so much anyway. So I will talk to you guys later. I think my husband said he's going to come on tomorrow and do a podcast with me and talk about what it's like being a veteran of the United States Army. I think he's gonna come on and talk about that tomorrow. So y'all make sure that your notifications are set so when I go live, you will get notified. And I will see you guys later. I love you. Bye.